What's up? What's good? What is happening? Welcome to my live stream, The Actual King Smith. And yes, that is my government name. We are live today, Friday, March 18, streaming across multiple platforms. Where, you might ask? Well, I put it up on the screen. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at The Actual King Smith, and over on Twitter at Actual King Smith. Twitter didn't want to comply with your boy to let me get those three extra characters, and it is what it is. Now, if you're checking this out on YouTube, hit that like button for your boy. Help me out on the algorithms. That's the algorithm over here. And we got some comments already. Somebody came in and said first, dang, second. Well, look, I see you as first on my screen, so you've got it. They're Frey, XAO, WNR. All right, so now that I got all of the marketing stuff out the way, what are we here for? What are we talking about? Well, I have today live and on your screen Madtrell-was. Madtrell-was I met from another cryptocurrency project that I am a part of, and for whatever reasons I didn't ask, the he split up with them and is now running his own thing. And he reached out to me and asked if I was interested in checking it out. Now, since I had had a previous conversation with him before, I got an idea of who he was as a person and said, you know what? Sure, why not? So, full disclaimer, most of the other stuff that I've talked about in the past are things that I already have invested in, right? I've already put my hard earned money towards it. I have it and I speak about it because it's something that I'm aware of, that I know of, and I'm interested in. So, this is one of the first times that I'm bringing on somebody to talk about their project, all right, what they have going on, and see if I can be convinced to take my hard earned cash and put it in what he's got going on. And I believe that I am going to walk away with a better understanding of what Madtrell-was has going on and, see if it's worth it. So, we've kind of talked about what we're going to go over today, but what he doesn't know is I'd like to see. I like to see if we can cover the who, what, when, where, and why. All right. Let's see if we can hit those because when I'm trying to make a decision, for the most part, sometimes I'll go on blind faith. All right. But we'll see if he can cover all of that. So, without further ado, I bring onto the screen Madtrell-was himself. Let's bring up the hey, and a guest. We have a guest in the building. Shout out to the guest that's in the back, man. What's the cat's name?
This is Theodore, and thank you very much for having me here. I hope I'll be able to impress you.
All
But
right, all right.
he's our guest. Hey, buddy.
So Madtrell-was, and I see you've also got the hat that says Mad as well. Tell us what Mad stands for.
Yeah, so MAD is, in this case, for our property acquisitions crypto-backed company. It will be Mogul Acquisitions Development
Okay.
or something along those lines. We're not 100% sure on the name. We are still leaving it open for the community to have input because that's, in my mind, the most important part. But for me, it's my initials. So I've been attached to the idea of MAD for a long time, Marcus Alexander Doherty. So to me, it's been around for eons, right, since I was born. But I hope to incorporate it going forward into the branding of the acquisitions company.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Now, as I led up into the intro, a part of the big decisions for what I like to do and just what I think is smart is to cover the who, what, when, where, and whys. So you kind of talked about the who a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about yourself and your
Yeah,
background.
yeah. So I've been in an entrepreneurial family since I was young, right? I didn't grow up in riches or anything like that. I grew up essentially in the ghetto, um, bare lines, low middle class type thing. and I got to watch my family develop into upper middle class, I would say. And that was through uh, starting their own business, property management. So I got to see that whole process, acquisitions, management of those acquisitions, bringing on investors, and the whole nine yards. So I was raised in that environment and I grew up knowing that I would be entrepreneurial. I didn't know where I was going to go with it. I found crypto at a young age. I watched crypto since Bitcoin was 500. I was too young to have money to buy.
No.
Yes, but I did get to watch it for a long time.
Good deal.
Um, so I've been very interested in crypto for a long part of my life, and I want to incorporate it in property management and acquisitions because I see that as another large part of my life. Um, so I've grouped together with one of my best friends for a long time, and we started property management a couple years ago. We acquired a house originally, and then we acquired a triplex, and we liquidated the house for some good gains. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite proud of that accomplishment for buying a house and then flipping it for, I would say, 400% ROI over 2 years, which
Nice.
is, pretty happy for myself being, a young investor, picking up a first building, managing it, the whole nine yards. We still have the triplex and we're managing it fully tenanted. Um, and that will be the goal will be to acquire that by the acquisitions company for the Mogul acquisitions, I think derivatives or development or something along those lines.
The D
Um,
is to be determined. But
yes, yeah, I like it, King. I like it. We're still thinking on things, of course, and everything that we'll go over is still up for debate. If the community says, "Hey, this may not work because," let's look at it. Let's figure out a better system. If that's possible, let's do it. Um, I'm not going to close my eyes to that ever. So if you want to go over the who, what, when, where, why, let's start with who. There's going to be three founders, and the three founders will be me, my business partner, who's been involved in both of my other properties, and I'm going to be giving the third partner to my father, who isn't going to be active on the crypto side of things. However, he will be giving advice periodically on property management and structure on how to go about that. He will also be there should I need support. If I need more resources to get work done that needs to be done, we could potentially hire or outsource work should our management company not be at that point yet in time. And to me, that's very important to bring on a bit of legitimacy, um, because it's not just a shot in the dark, a random crypto startup with no backing. We're doing this. We already have the building. We already have backing in a property management company that's running full time to give us support should we need it. And this is a property management company that's been going 10 years in the market. So it's legitimate support in the market we're working in, and hopefully that all ties well together. Now, his knowledge would be lacking on the crypto side of things, and that's where I hope to bring in some some pie to the table. I know a little bit more about crypto rewards tokens and NFTs and how all those work, right? So I'm starting to build a team to work on all of the crypto side of things, marketing the crypto side of things, building the art, um, developing the technology, monitoring the website, moderators for Discord. So that's all in the works. And we do plan on having a large team. This isn't going to be something that we want to just have a couple people with their hands in the pie over. We want a lot of people working on it, a lot of people involved, and a lot of people giving their effort and support because collectively and we can come up with the best product together, I believe. I truly believe that.
okay.
So that's the who.
All right. Now, let's see if we got some comments here before we move forward. We got Harvey Martinez in the building, man. That's a real good brother. Shout out
Yes, sir.
to Harvey. I know he's got some pretty good business acumen as well. And he said real estate and crypto is the way to go. Now, before we get into the next thing as well, so I'm aware of certain cryptocurrencies and how they're trying to tackle around things like security, privacy, there's non-fungible tokens and things like that. And how I'm starting to also kind of see other things being, having a non-fungible token or something and showing proof of ownership can allow you to attend certain events and things that are private events and things like that.
Yeah.
But to marry cryptocurrency and real estate, okay, I understand that your background is into the acquisitions of real estate and things like that, and you've got this knowledge for cryptocurrency. But what really made you go, I think this bridge can work?
Um, yeah. So essentially, in my mind, crypto is taking the step of eliminating fiat, or not eliminating, but making it more transversable. I can send you it without having to give you my dollar, um, and taking power out of the government into DeFi, where companies control what's going on as opposed to governments. And in my mind, crypto is being used to bridge every gap there is into the metaverse so that we can do everything while playing games or while in a different universe, right? So the business opportunity is what's not being done. What is finding a problem in the market and providing a solution. So the problem to me is there is a lot of things happening for crypto for a lot of different sectors, but I haven't seen any really good thing with real life real estate. I've seen nice, metaverse real estates and fake real estates that don't have any ties to our world, right? And so that's the solution that I want to bring to the table. And there are some problems revolving securities and things like that, which are there, different legislations in different countries. And that's why I'm not going to say that the NFTs are actual ownership. So we're going to be incorporating the two and merging the two, but we're going to also keep them separate. So an NFT is still an NFT. You own that NFT, which is a virtual asset. Okay. I own the building. I make money off the building. If I decide to take the money, the profits off of that building, and put it into a virtual asset, that's my business, right? And that's how I'm going to be keeping it separate, but also together. And that is because that is a concern for people for sure. Um,
Glad that you brought that up.
right. And it's a solution that we want to provide.
Okay, so that's interesting because you just covered the why a bit and a little bit about the what, but talk a little bit more, if you will, and maybe if you have something to show us, show us a little bit of the what to give people out there and to give me an idea of what I'm looking at,
Yeah.
what I'd be
So our
trying to get
what
to.
is really it's early. I could show you the building. I could show you the math behind it, but we don't have the art for the NFT yet. That's still in works, and we're working on a website. So I can show you some bare bones what and give you some sneak peeks, but that is still coming along for sure.
Okay,
So I'm going to share my screen if that's good.
go ahead and let me bring it up for you. There we go.
Right. So we're working on a couple different websites to compare and contrast for how we want to go about the direction and how we want to keep organized our website. We're going to definitely outsource some opinions from others on which one they would prefer, of course, but we're going to flush it out a bit more, right? It's still fairly bare bones. Working on the code, of course, basic stuff. And then if we want to get into kind of the important stuff, in my mind, it's how it's going to work. This is the what. And it's going to be a classic reward token with a tax. And the tax is going to be essentially used to fuel a lot of the projects that we have going on. Rewards will be a part of it. We want the liquidity pool. We want to burn part of it. We want staking for the ZMD NFTs. So the ZMD NFTs would be the buildings, right? And we want to make sure that the buildings can not only reward from the profits of the buildings, but also from the crypto side of things. Because right now we see that NFTs and crypto have this nice staking system going on that is working, and it's a proof of concept that doesn't need to go further, right? It does work. People buy NFTs to hold to stake. So we're going to be doing a staking reward for those NFTs. So you can also get rewards just from having the crypto side of things. Um, the first what would be the Mad Moguls. And the when, we're thinking of just doing a little pre-release to get people involved on April 1st. And that will be just for tickets. You know, if you want to get one before the art's ready, before everything's ready, we're planning on doing something like that April 1st. As for the actual mint, we want the art to be completely done. And I've picked up a couple artists who I'm having some meetings with, who are local artists that have um, skills in graphic design, and they are well established professionals in the local art community. So I'm looking at bringing them on board to create the Mad Moguls so that we have some really nice art for it as well. And the Mad Moguls will be the governance aspect to this project. Again, I'm trying to keep everything incorporated, as much community involved as possible.
All right.
So the holdings company will be owned by me, and the Mad Moguls will be owned by the community. And the Mad Moguls will tell the holdings company what to do. So you'll tell the holdings company what to do. The holdings company will listen to you, and it will feed the profits for the ZMD NFT collections, which are all separate aspects. You know, they are all separate. So this one is not about making money. The first part is about getting in and building the company. If you want to be a part of it, this will be the governance aspect. Um, there won't be funds or rewards for it at all. However, we do have the idea of potentially taking it, having the breeding function, and then using Gen 2 as a basis for Gamify. But that's far, far in the future. For now, it will be governance, and we have a plan of how the profits will be distributed. And something I'd like to note is everything that the founders make, we will match going to charity. On every one of our calculations, we will match every profit for the founders to charity.
How are y'all going to choose that charity? Is that going to be from the governance token voting
Oh yeah.
or okay, awesome.
Oh yeah. It's all about you guys. If you guys want to put it towards X, Y, or Z, it's up to you guys. And I'm breaking it down so that most of the governing functions will take 50%. I'm thinking charity needs to be a bit higher so that people are really thinking about it and coming together for it. And then we've got a reserves wallet for any emergencies that come up. If we have a 75 agreements, we will be able to dip into the reserves wallet for anything that comes up.
Okay.
So the first part, this is the what, Mad Moguls. Then we're going to have a token to fund everything, to move money around online, essentially, with the reward function. Circulation will be dispersed over 5 years. And again, this all can change depending on what the community wants. NFT staking will be a large portion of the circulating supply. So this will be to bolster the ZMD NFTs so that you're getting a multifaceted reward.
Nice.
Again, everything that goes to the founder goes to charity. Very important to me. Yeah, that's where we're at here. Of course, you can come onto Discord to see more specifics. It's all laid out for everybody, of course. We will do a shares program to increase the amount of tax you get. We don't really need to get into too much detail, but I want it to, if you want to lock money up for longer amounts of time, I would suggest that that's the way you go, as opposed to just holding token for the reward aspect. That'll be the goal for it. And then we have the ZMD tokens. And the way that we want to run that is essentially 67% will be governable by the Mad Moguls of each collection. And then the ZMD NFT holders will cross vote it. So it'll be like a checks and balance system. So the Madboguls, if it's voting for something that's affecting your property and or not your property, but the property that your NFT is based upon, then you would get a chance to veto that should you not agree with the way that they're handling it. And then I have another plan, which I think will be really fun. So the way that we're going to be selling these NFT collections is we're going to take the purchase price of the property. Say we buy a property for $100,000, and we're going to times that cost by 1.25. So we'll bring that cost to 125,000.
And
Let's make it.
that's to cover like other expenses, taxes, and things like that.
No, 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 no. Essentially, uh, anyone in real estate knows you can pick up a property with a mortgage for 20% down. We don't actually need this much to purchase a property, um, but we're going to own the properties before we create collections off them, right? And then we're going to sell the collections for this much.
Okay.
Now, the collections are going to work out this way. We're going to take 25% and use that for the debt consolidation. 20% of it for the mortgage, 5% to make sure we're paying the bills, and that will continue to. That'll be like a just in case we didn't make enough to cover the bills. This would be there to pay for the mortgage just in cases. Another 25% will go to buy some more buildings, right? So that we can make more collections and sell more collections. 25%. This is the interesting part. We take a quarter of it again, and we say it's a dissolution rebuy. So we take a quarter of the funds that are used to purchase the NFT collection. We buy the token that we have, and we hold it for as long as we hold the property. So say we hold a property for 10 years, right? And you've got this quarter of the funds that we've purchased with this collection just sitting next to it. And then 10 years later, we go to dissolve the property, right? And we sell the property. We liquidate it. Once we liquidate it, what we say we'll do is we'll give you 10% of the profit as soon as it's done. As soon as the deal's closed, you take 10%. Uh, all of the NFT collectors split that 10%. You also get 10% of that rebuy. So 10 years ago, when we took that quarter and we bought the coin and just sat on it, you get 10% of that back right there. Then after a month, you get a quarter of each. After another couple months, you get another quarter of each, so that you don't, take it all, make a mistake with it, things like that. Things like
Yes,
that,
sir.
right?
Yes,
You
sir.
come back a month later, you're still getting a nice hefty chunk of cheddar because you still have that NFT, right?
Hey, pause for 1 second. I only laugh because I recall the first time that I got a big chunk of change when I was 19 years old. As a matter of fact, I'll tell y'all the exact amount. It was 20,000 US dollars.
Yes,
I
sir.
was a young guy in the Air Force. I spent about I spent the stupid amount over 1 weekend. I'm afraid to even tell. You know what? Be honest. I
Yeah.
spent $5,000 in 1 weekend.
Mm,
I had fun. It was a
mm,
blast, but I didn't generate or get anything that 20 years later is still an asset of mine. So when,
right.
he had talked about protecting you from your own self,
Yourself.
I
Yeah,
kind of laughed because
it happens.
we've all done that.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I
definitely
just
happens.
wanted to
All
kind of
good,
throw
all
a
good,
little
all good,
story
man, all
in.
good. So we're not going to be
Continue.
giving you the entire amounts of the profit, of course. You will get all of the rebuy, though. Okay. So all of the rebuy at the end, you'll get a 40% chunk, and we'll call it the rebuy burn. You can either take the NFT and burn it and get your last 40% chunk. And it's going to work a little differently. And this is to create a little mechanic that I can maybe play with later in Gamify. So instead of it being just a split percentage that you get, if there's 1,000 NFTs, you get your 1,000th share of it, of that profit. It will be a pool that when you claim, you get your 1,000th share of that pool, dropping the amount from the pool. The next person claims getting slightly less, so on and so forth. So as it gets claimed, it'll be worth less to claim and burn your NFT, and the NFTs that are getting burned will rise in value. And I believe it'll come to a point where it's not going to be worth the claim, and you'll keep the old collection of the sold NFT, and that will create a legacy type collection that sticks around. Now, with the gamify aspect, I think that'll be used and incorporated later, is what I'm getting to there. And that's the kind of interesting functions that I've created there with the rebuy function. Now, as for the profits at the end of the day, how much we'll be giving to you is 70% of the profits. And then the other 30%, again, we'll use 10% to pick up more acquisitions. 10% of it will go to the coin liquidity pool. We'll put 5% right back into staking. And then 5% or 2.5% will go to the shares plan to boost the shares. And then we have just a little teeny bit for the team when we sell. Yeah, so that's the what. That's what's up.
Okay. I have several wheres, all right, and follow me specifically on the specific questions that I asked. So the first where is the physical building going to be located at?
Yeah, I guess I'll share my screen again. I'll show you the building online. So if you go to the government website, snb.ca, you can find the property assessment tab, and that'll bring you here to the government website. And then if you search into the government website, our building, 174 Guilford Street, St. John, New Brunswick, it brings you to our building. And this is the government tax stuff. So this is where they track how much it was bought for, when it was bought, things like that. So we purchased this building a year and 3 months ago, give or take, for $100,000. And it's assessed $120,000, so we bought it under assessed value, which is great. The market has gone up drastically since, and I believe it will continue to do so, but we can talk about some more of that here in a minute. Just make sure to loop me back around.
Gotcha.
So we're going to be asking 3 realtors to figure out the true fair rental, or the true fair market value of it, and they're going to be separate realtors so that we get a little bit of a spread, so that we can take the average and take that as a price to give to the acquisitions company. I'm expecting it to be like 175, give or take, if I'm being brutally honest. So this is going to be the first acquisitions building that we plan to have, right? Because we can hold a personal mortgage between me and my joint venture partners with the acquisitions company that we start up. So by doing so, we don't have to go out, take extra money, get a mortgage with the bank. We already have a mortgage with the bank, so we'll keep that, and we'll have a separate a personal mortgage with the with the holdings company, making it so that we have a zero cost entry point type thing, or a very low entry point. Then we can take the collection, use that collection to get that 25%, which we can use to then pay that amount going forward. That's the idea. That's the idea for this building.
All right. Let's pivot to a different where. Where are people going to be able to go to mint the NFT so that they can get in?
Yeah. So right now we're going to hopefully have that on our website. I say hopefully in the sense that if we do have a better deal come up, then maybe not. But I believe it's going to be on our website. I'm thinking about talking more with MMF and getting them to launch the Madtrell-was collection only, and then going forward having everything else kind of on our website. Potentially not the token, as I don't think we need to be a DEX per se. I think it's more important for us to be NFT based. You know, the token is there to power things, to be there as a way for people to exit without exiting type thing, you know?
All right. Another where. Where's the website?
The website's not ready yet. So we're
Okay,
working
so
on it. We
website
are
is not
working on
live.
it. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. We're so early. We can't even have a website. It would be so half done, right?
Are
It w
you afraid to talk online? Because, dude, this concept is fantastic. The concept is fantastic. Like, I'm containing my excitement here
Thank you.
because as I'm thinking about how I can get in on real estate, okay, for what I believe as I was looking at the Discord price, the price to mint, it's not crazy expensive. Um, that's kind of like getting on the ground floor of an acquisitions property company and being able to reap the benefits of good, sound business decisions, which you've demonstrated and shown that, hey, we aren't just talking about this in theory and we've never done it. This is, what I do for a living,
Yeah.
and bridging these concepts together can work. Are you afraid of talking about this online now and having somebody else bite it? Are you
Nah,
the first to do it? Let me ask you that
I don't know. Like
because
there's
I'd
been
be
real
willing to
estate
bet that
syndicates
you've
for a long time. There's been
gotcha.
real estate syndication for a long time. People have gathered investors and bought buildings together for a long time. That's not new, you know. I'm not a god with coding. There's coders that have been coding different coins for a long time. All of these things have been done for a long time. I'm just trying to put it together, and I'm not scared about talking about it online because if someone else does it, great, good. Shows my proof of concept works. I'm so young. I'm gonna have enough ideas. I'll do another.
I like it. I
Whatever.
like that kind of attitude, man. That's awesome. That is fantastic. There was another question that I just had pop up, man, in this big old dome of mine. It'll come back to me. So we covered the where for the property. We covered where for the website that's not live yet. I dropped the link to the Discord. Is it safe to say that for right now, a bulk of the information that if anybody wants to come and take a look
Yeah,
for
it's
now
there.
would be best
It's
to go
there.
into the Discord?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Uh so we have a comment. Harvey Martinez said, being a real estate investor, currently buying and holding, buying, fixing, and flipping. This sounds like a great way to integrate crypto with real estate. Hey,
Right.
I agree.
And
I
that
agree.
that brings me to another quick point. Thank you. Buying, holding, buying, fixing, and flipping. Two different concepts.
Okay.
And the moguls can decide what they do with each collection. They can tell the acquisitions company what to do. They can direct the acquisitions company who holds the property to tell the property management company what they want to do with the property. We want to put a little bit more money, like of our money, towards fixing it up and then flipping it again. The moguls can decide, and then the NFT collection themselves gets to second vote that, right? So if we're one property in, two property ins, three properties in, and we're talking about different properties in the marketplace, we can obviously look at one and say, hey, this is the plan of what we're going to do with this. We can put it out there as we're going to buy it, we're going to fix it, we're going to flip it in 6 months. Let's go. And we have the resources to do it. Right now, that's essentially the family's company is bringing in outside investors to do different things. If we decide instead of acquiring a new building, we want to build a building, I've got the connections to make that happen already. That's up to the moguls where we take it. If we know that we can every time we have a collection come out, it sell, we know we have that backing to pick up that slack every time. We can decide what we do with those collections. And the more investment that comes into the city, the better our investments go. And then once we do have a good working system here, we copy paste it somewhere else. Another city, another network, another
Okay.
coin, because it's still just using the same systems, copy paste.
I've got my question. What keeps the physical side of the house, I'm sorry, not the house. The physical side of the properties connected to the crypto side, in that when you guys get done, like, you're able to marry and say, okay, this is the percentage that we're going to take. We need to go over to the contract and make sure that we, pay out all of the holders.
Right.
How are y'all doing that?
So the holdings company, which is governed by the Mad Moguls. The holdings company will be owned by me and my business partner, but the holdings company will just operate all of this stuff, right? So we'll take direction by the Mad Moguls. The Mad Moguls have a conversation and they're like, okay, we want to liquidate building B. The ZMD collection holders will say, okay. And then we'll take that. We'll go talk to realtors. We'll do that. We'll get paid. And then we'll take the money, put it onto crypto, the Kronos network. We'll buy our coin, which will raise our coin value. And then we'll disperse our coin as the reward. And that'll be.
Yeah. Okay. Final question. People are always wary of, scams and things like that. So tell me why I should take you serious.
Because we're working with a company that already has 10 years of industry experience and they go out and get investors today. You could call them and invest with them today without working with me. But I've got better connections.
I like that answer. I'm gonna tell you personally, I like that confidence. I did a little bit of reading yesterday, but I only did enough reading on the Discord channel just to see. I wanted to see how organized everything was. So I didn't want to go into the
Yeah.
details. I wanted to use this conversation to get a better picture of the details. And I can tell you what I'm impressed with. I'm impressed with how well you pitch. First of all, that was fantastic,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank
Like
you.
it was extremely clear, okay, on what everything is. It was detailed enough that if I had any questions, you kind of answered them in the conversation. And I'm going to tell you and the viewers on the screen, I'm in. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. I am in. Okay. So I'm going to figure out the capital on my
I'll be happy
side.
to work for you.
I'm going to go up in the Discord here. And just that right there. Hold on. Zoom in on me for a second. Did y'all hear what he said? He said, I'll be happy to work for you. That right there, that small little sentence, okay? It's not about him. It's about the people. It's about the community. And he said that just like that. Okay. I like to observe different things in people and hear what it is that they're saying. Okay. And that sentence right there gives me enough trust to go, you know what? I'm not worried about this at all. I am good to go. Uh, Focus on that kind of stuff, people. That right there was fantastic. I'm happy to work for you. That's awesome, brother.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right. Well, man, I don't have anything else, man. Is there something that we didn't cover that you would like to bring up here real quick before we close out the stream? And if there's any questions that anybody want to ask Mad Mogul here, bring it up right now. Now is your opportunity. Matt, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, I could go on about this all day. I think about it, keeps me up at night. Um, but ultimately, come into Discord, show me some more ideas so I can think about them, dream about them, and incorporate them. That'll be my happy days, you know?
Okay. I'm going to do something. So I know, like, will I have the ability to mint more than one?
hmm Yeah.
Okay. So I just had somebody reach out to me on Twitch. My Twitch does not have a whole lot of love. All right. So I'm going to figure out, I think on the YouTube channel, I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put my link tree, okay, that has the link to all of my socials. I need to get up to 50 followers on YouTube. The first 50 followers on Twitch, okay, that follow me over on Twitch. I'm not going to give away 50 NFTs, but I'm going to randomly give away two of the NFTs that I mint from Mad. Okay, so if you have a Twitch account, go over there and follow me on Twitch and send me a DM, send me a message and say, King, I followed you on Twitch. And when I hit 50, I'm going to give away a
And
Mad NFT.
when we mint them, that too.
Yes, yes, yes. When I hit 50 and I actually have it minted to where
Yes.
I can give it away. Um, as long as I have the ability to, we are going to do that. So Harvey said, bro, post the Twitch link. You know what? Let's do this right now. It is twitch.tv/ the actual King Smith. Let me see if I can get this in here. Twitch.tv/ the actual King Smith. We in there. We are in there. Hey, Matt, thanks for doing this, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come onto my YouTube channel or my YouTube channel because I'm streaming across multiple places. Appreciate you taking the time to come across my live stream here. For the people that are interested, like I said, I post the Discord link into the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to post it in the comments as well as when I get done with the live stream, I'm going to post Mad Mogul's Discord link on Twitter. All right. So this has been a really good live stream episode, man. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to what you've got going on. And thank you for coming on board, good sir.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it a ton. Thank
All
you, Harvey.
right. Stand by. I'm going to kick you off real quick, but don't go anywhere.
I won't.
All right. So, hey, that was Mad and the Mad Moguls. Pretty interesting concept. Okay. Very clear, very well put. And I'm looking forward to becoming a part of it and seeing how this is going to work out long term. Let me know your thoughts. Let the community know your thoughts. Were you interested in it? Is it something that he didn't present that you would have any additional questions about? Put it down in the comment section. Okay. Let us know. And to Harvey and Kingstown Crypto, he wrote, nice job, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Look, it's Friday. I have some other things to knock out today. Come back this evening when I do my every other live stream on KuCoin, in which I take roughly 50 US dollars and go and purchase a cryptocurrency over on KuCoin Exchange. I'm trying to showcase how just a regular interval and investing over time can it's not really guaranteed, but can provide you with profits over long term. Not financial advice, just showing the world of crypto and what it can do for you. Until next time, everybody, peace.